Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today I'm going to be making my grandmother's sour cream banana bread. So you'll love this recipe. It's moist, it's delicious, and I hope you'll stick around and mix up the recipe. It takes very little time, and it's something that you and your family will certainly enjoy. Be sure and click the subscribe button, the red button over there, and also give us a thumbs up for our videos. Thanks everyone, let's get started. Okay everyone, today we're making banana bread, and this is my grandmother's recipe for a really yummy banana bread. And it has something that I don't usually see in a lot of other banana breads. So let's get started. You can find this recipe, just so you know, it's spam free on potspansandpioneers.com. We don't collect your email address, so you can print it off straight from there. And so you don't need to write anything down as I'm moving along. Okay, so I'm going to add a cup and a half of all-purpose organic flour. And I do all my dry ingredients first, and then I add the wet ingredients, and then bananas I will add at the very end. So then we have our cup of sugar, and I'm using the pure cane organic sugar. I'm going to need a teaspoon of baking soda. So in there, and this has the flour has half a teaspoon of salt. So, and then going to add our eggs. And I save my eggshells. You should think about that, saving your eggshells, because I put them in my vegetable garden. I mix it in, I crunch them up in a Ziploc bag, and then I spread them out over the garden. So that's just an idea for whatever it's worth. I'm going to use a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I make my own vanilla extract. This is just a bottle I keep reusing. So I'll have to video my vanilla extract one day. And then I'm going to be adding a half a cup of sour cream. And so I don't see sour cream in a lot of banana breads, so you know, that's just an ingredient that I think makes the bread really moist. I've seen a buttermilk version of banana bread. And I've tasted the banana bread with buttermilk in it, and it is moist. I just think that the sour cream does a really great job with keeping the bread moist, you know, for a few days instead of it drying out. So that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna mix all of this up. And I remember making this with my grandmother when I was growing up. I always used to tell her it didn't have enough, you know, moisture in it to be banana bread, and I would always want her to add milk or something because it seems to be so dry. But the eggs, the sour cream, and then we're going to add 2 bananas to it, and we're going to slice it up. Let me grab these are organic bananas that I've gotten from Whole Foods. I haven't attempted to grow my own bananas, but hey, some people do. And I've got the oven heating to 350. This is going to bake for 1 hour. I have a convection oven, and so this is going to be baking in a convection oven at 350. And convection, it just has a fan in the back of the oven that blows it. So you could do this in a regular traditional oven. Just watch it. going to use my spoon. I think I can stir it better. And it's really, really thick, but this bread turns out really, really yummy. You just have to stir it really, really well. And you can add raisins to this. You could add walnuts to this. I also add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice, which you could add cinnamon if you wanted to. I'm just going to add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice, just a little shake. And as you can see from this, it's, you know, it's really moist now. It's me sitting here stirring it and everything, you know, warming up. I'm also going to, the very last thing for my wet ingredients, I'm going to add a half of a cup of melted butter. So let me get my melted butter and we'll be right back, and then we'll assemble it in the pan and get it to baking. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we've got our melted butter all added in, and as you can see, the consistency, this is really, really creamy. And I'm going to take and transfer this over into just a loaf pan that I have here. Again, you can add walnuts and raisins. I have a husband with a nut allergy. I love walnuts and banana bread, and it's always so tempting to add them, but he has an allergy to different types of nuts, so I can't cook with them. And if I want them for myself, I have to make a separate pan for him. So we don't all have to share. So I'm going to, this time I'm just not going to add them, but you could add walnuts, raisins, or, you know, any kind of pecans even would be yummy. Okay, so let's get this into the pan. I always enjoyed cooking with my grandmother. I used to spend summers there with her on her farm, and I always spent my days, you know, either cooking or cleaning. She didn't have the luxuries of the city life, and she thought it was real important to teach me her life. So I learned a lot from her, and I miss her. I miss her a lot. I should have written more things down, and Lord, I wish we all could have had YouTube, right? When our grandmothers were cooking, we would all have wonderful memories. That's one thing I regret. So another reason I do YouTube, maybe my grandchildren would be able to watch me cook a dish or two. Okay. I've got this in the pan, and we're gonna cook it. That's my oven going off saying I'm ready to bake. We're going to bake this for 1 hour, and when it comes out, we'll be back and we'll cut a slice. And because this has butter and eggs, you'll want to store it refrigerated. You know, it may get set out for 24 hours if you were going to a party or something like that, or you wanted it for a Saturday morning brunch or something, but to store it after that 24-hour period, you're going to want to put it in the refrigerator. Very, very important. So after it bakes, we will come back. Okay, our banana bread is out of the oven, and it's crispy on the outside and super moist on the inside. I'm going to cut a slice of it for you to see. My kitchen is engrossed in the aroma of bananas and spices. So I couldn't resist. I have another one in the oven that I added walnuts to. After I got to talking about the walnuts, I decided to make another loaf with walnuts included. So that way this loaf could be my husband's all by himself. This is the end. I'm going to cut off here. I'm using a serrated knife just so the bread, you know, doesn't fall apart. I just want y'all to be able to see how moist and yummy this is. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera, and you're going to be able to see all of the yummy bananas. Because we didn't mash the bananas, you're able to see them within the bread. We just sliced them up really, really thin. And this bread is full of, you know, organic butter, organic flour, organic bananas, organic everything, basically. It's our organic banana bread, but it's just so delicious and so yummy. It goes great with a cold glass of milk, a cup of hot coffee, or even a ice cold glass of iced tea. So I hope you'll enjoy this recipe. Print it off at potsandpansandpioneers.com. I'll leave the link to the website on the description box, and I hope you'll join us next time for another great recipe. Everybody enjoy, and please leave your comments if you make this recipe. Please come back and leave your comments below so that everyone else can know that you know, they can take more testimonies of more people making it. So everybody have a great day.